Financial Argument. Follow us on YouTube.
On September 1st of 2015, we published an article on YouTube titled 2016 Economic Meltdown and Silver Gold Price Explosion. Within that video, we posted this slide in reference to Shemitah, which was on Elul 29, September 13th of 2015. If you recall, in 2001, Shemitah brought 9/11. In 2008, the Dow experienced a 777-point drop, the largest in history at the time. And in 2015, we stated very specifically that 2015 September, Shemitah would disappoint the world, and we were correct. There was no crash last year in September of 2015. Secondly, in December 18th of 2015, we posted this video on YouTube titled Credit Collapse, True Date of Shemitah 2016 and the Year of Jubilee. What is the Year of Jubilee? Set this year apart as holy, a time to proclaim freedom throughout the land for all who live there. It will be a Jubilee year for you. In that video, we posted this slide, specifically in relation to September and the Year of Jubilee. On September 28th, the Jubilee year began. On October 1st, which is now right around the corner, the Chinese yuan will be officially added to the IMF's SDR basket. Then, on October 2nd, the very next day, that is the true date of Shemitah, which did not occur in the year 2015. If we add a Jubilee year, it arrives on October 2nd of 2016. Interestingly enough, the following day is the first trading day Monday, October 3rd, and that is Rosh Hashanah. Then, in our latest video uploaded on YouTube on August 16th, titled Chaos 2016, we provided this slide in reference to our forecast and our call of July 20th of 2015, where we forecast the exact top on the U.S. NASDAQ. We have to recalculate the calculation based on the Jubilee year. And so the calculation or the recalculation would be adding a Jubilee year, which is 360 days, plus an additional 33 days. We arrived at August 15th of 2016. And did anything happen on that date? Well, interestingly enough, if we look at the Dow, you will notice that on August 15th of 2016, the Dow topped at exactly 18,668 points. So our video titled Chaos, which was posted the day after on the 16th, nailed the exact top on the Dow and on the S&P 500, where that topped out at 2193 on exactly August 15th of 2016. Next, in an interview scheduled 2 weeks in advance, you can have a quick listen to a portion of it right here. We scheduled the interview and we set it up for the September 22nd date, and here's the interview.
Hello everyone and welcome in. Today I have someone on the line who is making waves in the precious metals arena. You all know him, Polny of Gold2020Forecast.com. Probably the boldest analyst out there who puts himself on the line with down to the day predictions. And, you know, I'll be the first to say that not all predictions have been perfect, but I have to give him credit where credit is due, and specifically for calling gold's bottom down to the day on December 3rd, 2015 on this show at its low at 10:45, and he came on the show again just a few weeks ago on September 1st, calling gold's secondary bottom of 1304 and again to the day. And sure enough, he was right, and gold bottomed out and has trended up since. So this is what happened, everyone. I get a call from Bo Polny following our last interview, and he tells me, hey, September 22nd will be an incredibly important time for the markets, and we need to schedule an interview. And I think he's going to have a prediction here for us, and let's get right into it, Bo. What is important about today, doing this interview right now, September 22nd on Thursday?
So basically between today, the 22nd of September, and October 3rd, we're expected to see an incredible amount of activity in the world stock markets. And specifically today, when I'll get a few slides for you in a few minutes, Ken, but basically today is supposed to be the last day up for the U.S. and the world markets. Now we'll see if we're correct. Could it go higher? Could it be a day or two off? Possibly, but September 22nd, today, is still supposed to be mathematically the last day up for the U.S. and the world stock markets, and what follows is a collapse potentially starting as early as tomorrow, the 23rd.
Bo, most people, they look at the macroeconomics, they see the inevitability, they know something big is coming, but you are talking about something down to the date, calling the high here of the stock market.
Cool.
I'm fascinated with the analysis, and again, if you're right here, I'm going to be blown away. Well, there you have it. Everyone, this was a quick update that we definitely wanted to do. You heard it. We're at the top. The stock market is trending down, and Bo Polny laid out his analysis here.
Within the interview and within our past videos, we've included these timeline calculations which specifically describe Daniel's timeline and how we have come to calculate days or time. Now, for those who think that's silly, it's an impossibility, I would like you to please take a look at this calculation. If we take the magic number, the all-important number of pi, we multiply it by 2,520, which was provided in the prior slide. We arrive at 7,916.813. Well, fascinatingly enough, that is to the exact mile the diameter of the Earth. Now, call it coincidence, call it whatever you want, but the calculations we have provided within all of our videos, and specifically we're including here in this video, must take pause and appreciate the magnitude and the accuracy of these mathematical and biblical calculations. Secondly, let's look at this video. These slides actually provided in our prior videos. Just real briefly here, we've done this before, but this is the 42-year cycle. So we start with the current. We ran 42-year cycles, and you will notice a stock market crash occurring all the way through every 42 years, and we arrive again at this year 2016. We haven't had a crash yet, but the year 2016 will not go to an end without a crash. Second cycle that we can look at here is the 252-year cycle multiplied by 7. That was the Currency Act, which we just discussed. Then we add 42 years from that time point. We also can add 8 cycles of 252 years, and we also arrive at the year 2016. So this year, judgment begins upon our world. Poverty, hunger, joblessness, anger, and war. So let's take a third cycle. We're going to start with the Six-Day War, starting on June 5th, 1967. We're going to add 18,000 days, and we arrive at September 15th of 2016, just last week. Next, when the war ended, the 7th day was June 12th of 1967. We are going to add 18,000 days, and we arrive at exactly September 22nd, 2016, the day that we scheduled intentionally our interview with Future Money Trends that you just heard. Next, let's look at a fifth cycle, starting with Pope Francis, who was elected on March 13th of 2013. We're going to add 1,260 days of Daniel's time count, and we arrive at a blood moon in New York on August 24th of 2016. Fascinating. Next cycle is we're going to add 1,290 days from March 13th, and we arrive at September 23rd of 2016, which was yesterday, Friday, which we believe to be the first day down, which leads to a terrible stock crash. Next, we're going to add 1,305 days. We arrive at October 8th. And then very interestingly is we're going to add 1,335 days, which is a specific Daniel's time count. We arrive at November 7th of 2016, which is the day before the U.S. presidential elections. Very, very interesting. It is game over. As of September 22nd, we believe this to be the last day up on the world stock markets. And then beginning on the next trading day, September 23rd, Friday, we believe this to be the very, very first day down, which leads to a world stock market collapse. And what occurred 1 minute after midnight, the start of September 23rd, 2016, you'll notice the candlestick and the Dow dropped. And by the end of the day, the Dow was down over 131 points. A world stock market collapse has begun. Recall the megaphone top chart pattern from all of our videos? Well, September 22nd, 2016 is supposed to be game over, which leads to an ultimate target for the Dow in the 5,000 to 6,000 range. Expect chaos this year. Interestingly, on September 22nd, $195 billion asset manager states the time has come to leave the dance floor. The end of the credit cycle. This was written by Tad Rivelli. In closing, the world's financial system is based on faith and confidence. Remove faith and confidence, and all that remains is the paper everything was written on. A world stock market collapse is nothing more than a complete loss of faith and confidence in credit. And the ultimate crash insurance is gold and silver. If you're interested in future date calculations, we offer a stock market index on our webpage. We offer a gold index. And for those who are much more interested in intermediate cycle highs and lows, we offer exclusive turn dates for gold and silver. I did want to take a minute to discuss our past calculations and clarify any confusion that might be out there. Number one, in 2011, for both gold and silver, we forecast the exact top to the exact day using Daniel's time count of 1,267 plus 7 days, and from prior tops, and that can easily be verified. Number 3 and 4, we did forecast a powerful move for gold into the end of 24 into 2015. That did not occur. That was due to a Jubilee calculation error. We did discuss that in detail on the USA Watchdog interview of March 31st. We did forecast China's exact top in the Silver Doctors posting. For the US NASDAQ on July 20th, again, we did forecast a a top, a very important top for the U.S. NASDAQ, but it ended up being not the exact top, as the stock markets did go higher in 2016. But yes, we did forecast an exact top for the NASDAQ using a 777 cycle count. In September of 2015, we forecast there would be no stock crash on Shemitah 2015 in September, and there was no stock crash. We were correct. Number 8, we forecast the exact bottom for gold, and I believe we were the only entity in the world that did forecast the exact day for gold, and we did schedule that interview 2 weeks in advance for that date. We did forecast the mining stock bottom on July 19th, and that was in a Vancouver presentation. And in that presentation, we also spoke about on January how gold would jump up, and that happened on the exact day as well. For USA Watchdog February interview, we said blue skies for gold, meaning gold would never come back down again underneath the 600-day moving average, and it never has. That average is right around $1,200. Gold has never closed under that since the interview. Number 12, again, another error. We were expecting a market crash to begin in March of this year, and that was due to an inverted 7-month cycle. And again, that takes us to September 2016, here and now. USA Watchdog interview of June, we did say gold would start to jump, where there would be a price jump the 1st of July, and that exactly happened. On number 14 was we did forecast, and we've discussed this earlier, the exact top for the U.S. S&P 500 and the Dow, and that came out on August 15th of this year. The price of silver and gold would suddenly drop or flush in August, and that was correct. It did. And then we were also forecasting that flush to end on the 31st of August into September 1, and that exactly happened. The price also by that time was for the low for gold was $13.04. Next, this is game over. So from this point, we are looking for a collapse, and our calculations point to September 22nd, last day up, and the first day down was the 23rd Friday of 2016. We are looking now from this point forward very shortly, a very powerful move. We do have the time point for that, but we are looking for a very powerful move for gold and silver, and this powerful move will continue into 2017 and beyond. God's timing is always perfect, and the 4 horsemen ride September 23rd of 2016.